Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOP Karen Huger upsets Gizelle Bryant with hurtful event timing. One thing about RHOP is that it never fails to bring the drama. Season 9 is starting off strong with new beef between Karen Huger and Gizelle Bryant over two events that were going on at the same time. Based on the context of the situation, this incident might cause an end to their friendship, which was already hanging on by a thread. Read on to find out what happened. Karen Huger and her two-event disaster. It all started in the second episode of Season 9 when Gizelle Bryant and Ashley Darby, also known as Gina, told the girls that they were throwing an event. In addition to spotlighting their joint apparel line, the event was also going to be a nod to Gizelle's father, Curtis Graves. He died last year, and this was going to be a nod to him and his legacy. After hearing Bryant discuss the details behind the occasion, Karen decided to invite the girls to another event, which just so happened to start at the same time. Huger was suddenly expected to accept an award, and she wanted her co-stars to be there. The group initially called Darby to give her the heads up that they chose to go to Karen's award show first. Because of the DC traffic, they initially predicted that they wouldn't even get to the Gina event until 8:30. Even though it ended at 9. When Ashley relayed the message to Gizelle, she was fuming. Bryant began calling the girls rude and snapped that if they couldn't show up at a respectable time, that they shouldn't come at all. Ultimately, only a few of the cast members were able to make it to the Gina spectacle in time. But by that moment, Bryant already felt betrayed not only by them but also by Karen. Their insane relationship. This isn't the first time that Gizelle and Karen have been at odds. Every so often they seem to be becoming close friends, but most of the time, they are total enemies. No fan could ever forget the Season 3 moment when Karen decided to bring the ex-wife of Bryant's now former boyfriend on camera. Likewise, jaws dropped in the same Season 9 episode of the two-event fiasco when Gizelle poked fun at Huger's recent DUI when Karen announced that she was receiving an award. Bryant joked that it had to be for driving into a tree, referencing her co-star's drunken damage. Needless to say, this double-event disaster is just the icing on the cake to years of a rivalry between the two housewives. Fans have chosen a side. Right after the Season 9 Episode 2 premiere, viewers rushed to social media to share their reactions to the battle of events. Unanimously, people agreed that the entire incident was the result of Huger not being understanding of the gravity of Gizelle's event. In a Reddit thread, fans shared their disappointment for Karen's insensitive behavior. Here are a few of the comments. Karen was purposely vague and knew the time. I could never be friends with her. It's the no accountability for me. The Real Housewives of Potomac, RHOP, never fails to deliver jaw-dropping moments, and the latest tension between OG's Karen Huger and Gizelle Bryant is no exception. The Grand Dame of Potomac, Karen Huger, and the ever-bold Gizelle have had their share of ups and downs over the years. But in this particular instance, things seem to have escalated to new heights. The drama unfolded during a recent episode, where Karen's decision to host a major event landed right in the crosshairs of Gizelle's personal life, leaving Gizelle not only feeling hurt, but also questioning whether it was all intentional. The timing of Karen's event was not only inconvenient, but deeply inconsiderate to Gizelle, sparking a heated exchange between the two and adding another layer of complexity to their already fraught friendship. In this deep dive, we'll explore how the timing of Karen's event upset Gizelle, the history of their volatile relationship, and the fallout that threatens to pull these two Potomac powerhouses even further apart. A history of tension. Karen versus Gizelle. Before we get into the specific incident that caused Gizelle to feel slighted, it's important to look at the history between these two housewives. Karen Huger, often referred to as the Grand Dame of Potomac, has always positioned herself as the Queen Bee, exuding confidence, class, and a strong sense of entitlement. Gizelle Bryant, equally outspoken and never one to back down from a confrontation, has long been Karen's match in the shade-throwing department. Over the years, the two have shared moments of camaraderie, but more often than not, Their friendship has been marred by petty squabbles, accusations, and a battle for dominance within the group. Karen and Gizelle's relationship has always walked the fine line between frenemies and enemies, with both women continually testing each other's boundaries. While they shared many ups and downs, the fragile truce they maintain is constantly on the verge of collapse. Given their past, it's not surprising that any slight, perceived or otherwise, could lead to a significant rift between the two. This time, however, the issue goes beyond typical Housewives drama and cuts to the core of Gizelle's personal life, which makes the situation all the more explosive. The event that sparked the fire. The drama at hand centers around Karen's decision to host a lavish event, an event that, on the surface, seems harmless enough. However, it's the timing of the event that has Gizelle seeing red. The event, which was meant to be a celebration of sorts, was scheduled during a period when Gizelle was dealing with a deeply personal and emotional situation. According to sources close to the cast, Gizelle was going through a rough time regarding family matters, and her attention was understandably elsewhere. She was already under immense stress and emotional strain, and Karen's event being scheduled during this sensitive time felt like a deliberate oversight. Gizelle, who is known for her strong exterior, was visibly upset by the timing and couldn't help but wonder if Karen's move was a tactical decision to get under her skin. At first glance, it might appear to be a mere scheduling conflict, but in the world of Housewives, nothing is ever that simple. Gizelle felt that Karen, being aware of her circumstances, should have either postponed the event or, at the very least, shown some sensitivity toward the situation. To Gizelle, the fact that Karen chose to move forward with the event at such a time seemed like a slap in the face. Was it intentional? The burning question on everyone's mind is whether Karen's decision to host her event at such a time was intentional or simply a coincidence. Given Karen's history of using strategic moves to maintain her status in the group, many of the other housewives speculated that there might have been more to the timing than meets the eye. Karen, however, has always prided herself on being a woman of integrity and denied any malicious intent. In her version of events, the timing was purely coincidental, and she claimed to have been unaware of the depth of Gizelle's personal struggles at the time. Karen also expressed confusion as to why Gizelle would take such offense, insisting that the event had been planned weeks in advance and was impossible to reschedule on short notice. Nevertheless, Gizelle wasn't buying it. She pointed out that as someone she has known for years, Karen should have been more attuned to what she was going through. To make matters worse, during the event itself, Karen seemed to bask in the spotlight, further inflaming tensions. To Gizelle, it was yet another instance of Karen prioritizing her own image and status over their friendship and showing a lack of genuine concern. The fallout from this incident was swift and intense. Gizelle, never one to shy away from confrontation, addressed the issue head-on, leading to a tense confrontation between the two during a group gathering. During the argument, Gizelle made it clear that she felt disrespected and hurt by Karen's actions, accusing her of being self-centered and inconsiderate. Karen, for her part, attempted to defuse the situation by offering an apology, but her apology seemed half-hearted to Gizelle, who interpreted it as more of a formality than a genuine expression of remorse. The exchange quickly escalated, with both women trading barbs and leaving little room for reconciliation. The rest of the cast was divided on the issue, with some siding with Gizelle, empathizing with her emotional turmoil, while others believed that Karen had a right to host her event as planned, regardless of Gizelle's situation. The episode ended with tensions high and no clear resolution in sight. What's next for Karen and Gizelle? With this latest drama, the future of Karen and Gizelle's friendship seems uncertain at best. Both women are known for their stubbornness, and neither seems willing to fully back down. Gizelle's hurt over Karen's actions has cut deep, and it will likely take more than a simple apology to mend the rift between them. Karen, on the other hand, may feel that she has already extended an olive branch and that the ball is now in Gizelle's court to move forward. However, given their tumultuous history, it's hard to imagine that either will be willing to let bygones be bygones without a major showdown.